On the last video, I talked about the 3 phases that we go through. We have an interview phase, then we do the good person test, and we finish up with the gospel. In this video, we're going to focus just on that interview phase. And in the interview phase, there's really 3 different parts. The first part is just saying hi to somebody. And you know, in our culture, it's not really too acceptable to just go up to a stranger and say hi, but it's also very easy. And there's no reason not to do it. You walk up to a person with a smile on your face and in a good voice, strong voice, you just say, "Hi, how you doing?" And most people will respond back and say hi. Not everybody, but you're going to get used to those once in a while people that don't say hi back. But after you do it 10 times, you'll feel totally comfortable in saying hi to somebody. The second part of this interview phase is asking their name. And usually we walk up to somebody and say, "My name is Jeff, what's your name?" And oftentimes if you said hi with a smile on your face, they will tell you their name. The hard part of that is you need to remember their name. I often forget their name right after I ask it. And throughout this whole process, we're going to be using their name over and over again. So when you ask them their name, focus. What do they say? Say it to yourself 5 times. Oh, his name is John. John. John is his name. Then the third part is to ask that special question. We want to ask a question that does more than just have a one-word answer. So in our culture, we typically say, "How you doing?" And they'll say, "Fine," but no conversation starts. So you need to find that special question that starts a conversation so that you can ask more questions about them and find out more about them as a person, so that you can show that you're interested in them and you have a concern about them. So you might ask something like, if they're carrying an iPhone, you ask something about their iPhone. You don't have to appear as though you're an expert. You just say, "Oh, I noticed you have an iPhone there. Is that like a new generation? I hear they have like 1, 2, 3. And usually if it's a kid, they'll go on and on about their iPhone. And you can keep asking questions. If I'm down at the beach, I'll ask them, what are you here swimming or surfing? Are you visiting here? And a lot of people come from outside the state to visit our beaches. And that'll start a great conversation. So remember, you're trying to break the ice with the person. And you can get just about anybody to stop and have a conversation with you. And by the way, that's a key. I often will not stop somebody who's in the process of doing something. So if they're walking by to go to the beach, I won't stop and talk to them. I'll wait until they're sitting down and they're not having a conversation with somebody else, but they're just sitting there and just kind of taking a look around of whatever they're doing. They may be just waiting for a bus, or they just may be observing the guys playing the drums down at the beach, or who knows what. So I want you to work on this. Try to do each one of those 10 times. Say hi to somebody 10 times, and then say hi to somebody and introduce yourself 10 times so that you can start to get used to it and start to feel comfortable with that. And then after you've done that, then go to somebody and start a conversation with somebody 10 times. We're going to be using that every single time we share the gospel with somebody and do the good person test. So you're going to need to be really good at doing that. So you can look forward to the next video, which is about doing the good person test. It could be a lot of fun, it could be a little bit challenging, but if you do it right, the people you're talking to have smiles on their faces, and they'll be enjoying it as much or more than you do. So thanks so much for listening to us, and get out there and share the gospel, because that's what God wants you to do.